Welcome to Mindflow Radio.
We are creating conscious community by sharing mindful manifesting skills and transcendental music.
We are all in this
Together.
You are so good to me. Let's have some ginger tea. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. I'm happy to be free with you, so much to see. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. We'll teach what we know, learning more as we grow. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. Together on our path, skipping, leaping while we laugh. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. Flying high and diving deep, dreaming big while we sleep. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. Cuddled up in your arms, trusting that we're safe from harm. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. Intention does come first, sharing light and quenching thirst. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. Sitting still to meditate, playing music to levitate. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. Adventures that we share, finding joy because we care. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. Through the trials and the tests, knowing that we do our best. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. Singing, traveling, playing bass, joyfulness fills up our space. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love. When we get to share our time, loving you is oh so fine. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my love.
Mindflow Radio.
Mindflow Radio.
She's Lynn.
And he's Monte.
And here we are.
We've made it to February 2023, y'all. The month of love.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's a great time to celebrate what is love. Can we love each other a little more?
Yeah. Can we love each other? Can we love ourselves? Can we love the earth? Can we love the universe?
Yeah.
Right, all that.
Yeah. I think I think it starts with loving ourselves. Where do you think it starts?
That's kind of the common, a lot of people say that it starts with loving ourselves, but I think love is just an energy that we either tap into or don't. And if we really tap into it, we naturally love ourselves more. And we naturally love others more. It's like a vibrate. Well, according to Hermetics, everything is vibration. Everything. So every thought we have creates vibration. And love is a specific vibration, I think, that if we can hook into that vibration, then we just naturally feel more love for ourselves and for others.
So what I'm hearing is that it's more like a curiosity. Like you tap into it out of curiosity and then you can bring more self-love in. Like you don't need self-love to make that decision. You just need some curiosity.
Well, curiosity or just ability to, I mean, you could make the argument in Hermetics, the idea is we align our mind vibration with the God mind vibration. And the God mind vibration essentially is probably a vibration that's loving in a big sense, in a creative sense.
Do you have to know that it's the God mind that you're connecting with? Do you have to be spiritual or religious to do that?
No, not at all.
So what do you feel like it takes to tap into that?
Raise our vibration.
Yeah. Or just to make the decision to tap into something that's greater or higher than the self.
Yeah, that is interesting. How do we make that decision?
Yeah. Like, what do you think inside a person helps them to even be open to that idea or to know to open to that idea? Do you think that everybody needs a teacher, or do you feel like there's something within a person that can awaken or stir within them that brings them to that?
Well, I think teachers can be a good idea, but ultimately we are our best teacher. And it's interesting because actually tapping into God mind, aligning our vibration with the God mind vibration is like we're aligning our mind with an infinite source of energy and love, which is beyond the intellect, right? So making that decision intellectually, I'm going to do this, doesn't always cut it. What it really boils down to is just kind of feeling it. Like, I think it feels so good to align the mind with the higher mind, that just that feeling of, by aligning our vibration that way, we just naturally feel more clear and relaxed and content and on our path and all that. And that's in some ways all beyond the intellect. So just having the ability to enter that transcendental space.
And that what I'm hearing is it's basically presence. Because in
It's
the
a certain
present
type
moment,
of
you
presence.
can be open to that.
I mean, I could be freaking out in the present too.
Well, that's not so much presence, though. I really, I feel like having had a mental health crisis recently and feeling really, oh my gosh, just down in the dumps, like a piece of you know what, and just, oh my gosh. And that was the present moment, but that wasn't the present moment. Like, I don't feel like I was present, because really the present moment was peaceful and you were there. You were like, it's okay. We're going to be okay. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm a piece of, and how could I even deserve to be alive? Blah, blah, blah. Like when I fall hard. And I wouldn't say that's presence.
Right. I would agree with that, but I think there are certain negative states of presence that we can, like if I get upset. Let's say I'm mad and I start breaking things. So I throw a bottle against the wall. I'm present in that moment, but I'm engaging in some negative activity. And that type of presence doesn't necessarily align my vibration with the God mind vibration.
That's really interesting because I've just never thought of that as present.
Yeah.
Because why is the person mad in the first place? Generally because it's reminding them something of the past and they don't feel safe and they're like, I've got to take charge of this moment. So I'm throwing this bottle to shock everyone around me.
Yeah.
Because I have to be dominant. Otherwise, I'm going to get beat up like that last time. Or, you know, like I guess it's presence.
Well, there's moments of presence. There's all this thinking involved with getting there. But once I'm like throwing the bottle, I'm just in the moment. And that's why like negative kind of behaviors like that can be addictive. Because I'm in the moment, but I'm just,
interesting.
Yeah. But learning to be in the moment in a different kind of way, in a loving kind of way, back to the loving.
Yeah, right.
If the love vibe is within me, if I'm like, then it's much easier to be in the moment and just in an appreciative and constructive way. I mean, think of it. That's what war is. It's in a sense, it's being in the present, but in a destructive way. And it's creative in the sense of you're blowing stuff up. So you're creating new things, but in a destructive way.
Creating division. There's got to be a division or there's no war.
Oh, right. But that it can be addictive. And, I mean, just that whole vibe of that. But if we're connected more with the love vibration, then of course we don't want to hurt others. You know, and there is an intellectual aspect to it as well, and that's just understanding that karma is real, which is another aspect of Hermetics. It clearly states karma is real, cause and effect. And if I fully realize that intellectually, I'm not going to want to hurt other people.
Right.
Because I'll realize that I'm just going to create bad karma for myself and my tribe and my, culture. And
and in yoga, ahimsa is that equivalent, the non-harming, non-harming you, non-harming me.
Yeah.
So that idea of a ahimsa presence would be that peaceful ability to look around and feel, oh, I'm here in this room and the temperature of the air is this and the noises around me are this and the feeling in my heart is this. And it's very, very, in my mind's eye, I've been doing Qigong every day for months now in the morning, right away when I wake up.
Yeah, nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed being someone with very strong PTSD that I'm trying to heal, but I notice that I'll go in the room and I'll set up the heater and I'll be in the room and I'll make my intention and I'll connect with the loving universe. And, and then I'm thinking about my to-do list and then I'm worried about this thing that just happened and how am I going to fix it and how am I going to get my to-do list done and oh my gosh, and then I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to be doing Qigong and my hands are moving and yet my mind is not with my hands. And then I'll go through, okay, what is the mantra I'm chanting? What is my breath? What is my contemplation that I'm focusing on? What is the feeling in my hands? And then after I kind of go through this list of how to do Qigong in the present moment, then I'm present. And sometimes that only lasts for as long as it takes me to get through that list.
Yeah.
And then I'm like back to, oh, okay, well, I didn't get that thing done yesterday. And I don't know if everyone's waking up yet. And I'm supposed to be, oh, wait. And then I go back down the list again.
Yeah, right. That's great.
It's just like this continual calling back to, okay, well, I don't want to be in fight flight right now.
Yeah.
So therefore, I have to use all of my inner power
Yeah.
to attempt
Yeah.
to be in the present moment, which
Yeah.
can be very annoying.
And you do a great job with that, I think.
I try.
Oh,
I tell
yeah.
you.
When I do Qigong with you, I'm really feeling it, that your presence is palpable. Yeah. And that's why I'm like,
cool.
wow,
Thank you.
you're really talented at this.
Yeah. Well, I just really badly want to heal. Like, that's the bottom line of all my motivation since I was 18. You know, I want to heal.
Yeah.
How do I heal? And right now it's come to Qigong, and it's really interesting how it's like helping me immensely. And it's something that I probably couldn't have done before. Like, I needed all the steps that I took to be open to Qigong.
Well, all the training you've done over the years.
Yeah.
And it seems to me when you're doing your Qigong, I just sense this resolve that you have to be present, to be connected with essentially the universe at that point, which, bringing it back to love, I think that's what love is just the state of oneness, you know, and we can achieve that state of oneness with the universe. That's probably the highest love, you know. We can also achieve that state of oneness with like small groups of people too, and that's maybe
absolutely,
which can be a problem, because if you align your like your love, but that diminished love with a group of people, that's like leading you down a negative path.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember what it was that I learned this from. It was either some trauma study or it was Dr. Joe Dispenza is what's going through my mind. But it's this idea of false connection with others. And it's based on gossip, blame, shame, judgment, divisiveness.
Well, there is a real connection there, though. I would argue, I mean, just vibrationally, it's...
Yeah, I mean, it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
But
it's a oneness
false
thing.
In the sense of it's not actually creating oneness. It's creating oneness through separation.
Well, it's creating oneness with this small group of like negative vibrations. But I would consider that like a diminished kind of oneness relative to the ultimate oneness with the God mind. You know, and it's like, so it's diminished and it's
separated from the God mind.
It is. It can be. Yeah.
I guess that's where I'm coming from with the false connection.
Yeah. And then we've been trained, we separate ourselves from the God mind by aligning our minds with these diminished love philosophies,
right?
I would say, and then we don't feel good
or clannish.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
clannish.
even know if it's love. Well, maybe it is.
Well, I
it's
think
love in a sense because there's some kind of loyalty.
There's a oneness there. Yeah, there is.
Huh.
But then we're unhappy, and then what do? We take that unhappiness, we point our fingers at other groups.
Right.
We say it's their fault. No, it's their fault. No, it's their fault. We must get rid of them.
Yeah.
Bam, warfare. You know, we got to get rid of the, you know, it's just like, it's this cycle that humanity's been in for thousands of years, essentially. And now is perhaps the time when we start examining that and seeing ways out of it, you know, which is like attaining that greater love of connecting with the universe. And then lo and behold, bam, we start having these constructive, beautiful ideas. Oh, let's help other people instead of hurting them. Let's get along with everybody. Let's respect each of us, you know, and just all that. It's so the idea of connecting with that higher love is really it's a beautiful and profound philosophy. And that's one of the reasons I love Hermetics, because it kind of really deals with that. It's like, where is your mind vibration? You're either in the higher elevated collective mind state, which is like feeling inspired, content, you know, constructive, or the lower mind state where you're feeling agitated, depressed, destructive. And but through Hermetics, we learn how to transmute our energy if we're stuck in the lower vibration, which happens to me all the time. Well, not all the time, a lot of the time. Every day I get stuck in that lower vibration, but then I'll transmute it. I'll go into some mindfulness skill and I'll attempt at least to bring my mind up to that higher state of connecting with the universe, the universal love connection.
Yeah, that's cool. You do so good at that too.
Sometimes.
So recently we were discussing farming and my background in farming.
Yeah.
And me calling myself the farming yogini, and you were like, yeah, you're farming the mind still. And I was like, whoa. It was kind of a mind-blowing moment where, because I don't farm anymore, and usually I go into, well, I can't because I have all these injuries from farming and blah, 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 blah. Woe is me. I can't believe that I did that to myself, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you're still farming. And it was just like a shocker, like, whoa, wait, what?
Yeah.
And it gave me permission to kind of think that this transmutation thing might be accessible to me too.
Oh, yeah.
It was so interesting because you're like, oh, yeah, you could just be like, look, the weeds have grown and I need to go weed now. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I can do that too. It was really neat.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. And you're doing it when you're doing your Qigong. The
weeding?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Absolutely. So.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
I appreciate your perspective.
Yeah. And then in doing that, you're actually elevating, you're reprogramming your subconscious, which is what we all need to do to progress, or most of us need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm having some images in my mind, so I just want to share them. And there's just been so many great teachers over the years. And one of them, of course, that pops in my mind is Jesus, and how Jesus really was a leader of radical love.
Yeah,
and
he was.
He gathered people because of his loving presence. He also gathered a lot of haters, hence everything that happened. But I feel like he was one of the OGs of our culture who said, love one another and love, be connected to God and be connected to the God mind, be connected to the universal energy.
Yeah.
And, if that's pretty much the main idea that I like to focus on when it comes to that holy book is just what he said, because that makes sense to me.
Yeah, well, and another one of his teachings is if you connect with the God mind, you're going to have more power. Because he would heal people, but then he would say, no, your faith
has healed you.
Yeah, so he's saying, no, your own mind, your belief has healed you. You've tapped into the God. Basically, by being around him or by touching his cloak or something, it would be like, it would allow your mind to align with the God mind, and then you're more powerful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I picture just all those people coming together, and how over the eons, is eons 100 years or centuries?
Yeah.
Over the centuries, we've had different skilled love vibrational teachers who've brought people together and taught them to love and taught them to forgive. And they gather these groups, and the groups provide this healing to each other by gathering. And because they're gathering with that intention of learning from this wise teacher who's professing love, then they get into that, it's like a shepherd in a sense saying, I'm here and I'm providing this security for you to blossom. Yeah. And then that idea of the group coming together and that group love and that, I haven't really had the experience yet too much in my life. Like I'm probably the biggest group of people that I have been a part of is under 100 people. So I've not had that experience of hundreds, thousands of people coming together with this intention of growing and healing and loving. And getting connected, and I can picture it a lot. Yeah. Of that is the important factor. Like, yes, we can heal on our own. Yes, we can heal, in small groups, but it's that the miracles happen in these big groups.
Yeah. Or, if you're like with Jesus, I mean, there wasn't big groups, but it was like one individual who was really super connected.
Well, usually it was in groups, though. I mean, there was sometimes.
I'm sure he could go into somebody's house and just help them. People. Yeah. Right. And one way of looking at it, too, is just our consciousness is creating strings of energy, just even right now. And if we can get into that loving state of oneness with the God mind, that our vibrations from our consciousness are actually intertwining with other people's vibrations.
Yeah.
All around the world.
The collective.
Yeah, the collective. So we can like gather with millions of people, even if we're just sitting in our room. I mean, we are connecting, and it's just beyond our understanding right now, because we're limited in understanding vibrational reality, but that's shifting. I mean, physics is moving quickly in that direction, and so I think it is potentially possible to hook up with like a major love vibrational mass of people just while sitting in my own room.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I've realized being a part of meditation online. Ever since COVID, a lot of things have gone online. And one of the things that I've noticed is that distance healing can be as potent as being right with a healer or sending my healing energy. And it's just so amazing to think that just being connected by intention is all that's necessary. And that is amazing to me, that we're learning. COVID has taught us that we can go online and be hundreds, thousands of miles away from someone and feel their love, feel their presence in the room with us by being on Zoom.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's made us evolve in an instant. As soon as it happened, as soon as everybody got shut down, everybody had to stay home, and then boom, Zoom meetings. And it's like, whoa, this is happening. And then Qigong trainings are online, and then all of a sudden you're learning distance healing because you're not in the room with them. And it's like, whoa. It's all about intention. It's all about presence. It's all about belief and
vibration,
faith.
Essentially,
we have this faith that we're connected because we're on a screen together.
Yeah, and once we develop that faith that we can connect without even a screen.
Oh, sure.
You see, that's like a step in the right direction, and almost for me, proof of like that reality. When I conversely look at it as like, if I'm looking at something negative and I feel my mind vibration getting agitated and angry and depressed and, all that, I can get stuck there. And I believe the reason I can get stuck there is there's so many people around the world in that lower vibe that my physical vibration from my consciousness is physically intertwining with all these other people all around the world who have similar vibration, and I get stuck. But that's why the Hermetics skill of transmutation is so important, so crucially important for us to be able to get unstuck and to get into that higher mind collective, the elevated mind collective, and get stuck there as much as possible, or stay there. Well, in Hermetics, they call it neutralization. You get your mind into that elevated state of consciousness, then you neutralize your mind so you stay there. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is really interesting and very, in line with modern physics. And I think 5 years from now, perhaps modern physics will just back everything up. as far as like consciousness creating vibration and
Cool.
yeah, et cetera, and the importance of love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's really like part of the evolution of humankind. And some people might argue like, oh, if I'm not full of hate, I won't get anything accomplished. And that's so not true. Because through love, we can accomplish so much more. Let's be like, okay, boom, I love everybody. All right, how are we going to be kind and compassionate to everyone in the world? How are we going to feed everyone good food? Step one. How are we going to shelter everyone? You know, how are we going to, not judge people? That's a thing where in our subconscious minds, we're so used to being at war in all of our, or most of our belief systems in the subconscious. There's this aspect of our beliefs that we need to fight those other people to survive. We need to fight. I mean, and that's like an old belief that we need to overcome.
Okay.
And that belief has been handed down from generation to generation, but it's our job right now to shift that into, instead of we need to fight, no, we need to cooperate.
Yeah.
Let's cooperate. Let's end the pollution. Let's make the world a better place. I mean, that's going to happen through cooperation. It's not going to come through bombing other countries, you know, and creating more chaos and pollution.
Awesome. So let's hold those thoughts and play a song, bring it back to love. And
sorry about my tangent on my anti-war tangent.
I'm with you, but we only have so much time with this, with each other in this podcast. So let's just move into our next song together, and we'll come back to talk more about cooperation, neutralization, and unplugging from that war vibe. How's that sound? Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah. Or plugging into the God mind.
Goes around again, loving, living in a hand, satisfaction guaranteed, when old beliefs are all free. Brothers and sisters, daughters and sons, we all live together here on this planet Earth, under the one sun, one sun. Reach across the divide, see my reflection. I reach across the divide, see my reflection. I reach across the divide, see my reflection. I reach across the divide, see my reflection. We are born, we live and we die. So let's fully play this gameplay under the one sun, one sun. Love one another right now, right now, right now. Love one another right now, right now, right now. Love one another right now, right now, right now. Love one another right now, right now. sisters and brothers, daughters and sons, we all live together here on this planet Earth, under the one sun, one sun. I reach across the divide, see my reflection. 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 We are born, we live and we die. So let's fully play this game of life under the one sun, one sun. Love one another right now, right now, right now. Love one another right now, right now, right now. Love one another right now, right now, right now. Love one another right now, right now. Love one another right now, right now, right now. Love one another right now, right now, right now. Love one another right now, right now, right now. Love one another right now, right now. And we're back.
Here we are.
Here we are. Love one another right now.
It's possible.
It is possible.
Yeah.
It's a simple idea, but it's very complex when you think about all of the details of it.
Right. Well, and it's complex from the perspective of we've been trained not to love one another.
True.
Essentially.
Even though we've, considering that most of this country is Christian, we have been trained to love one another, but I don't know.
Not
It's
really.
it's kind of, it's
Not
weird
really,
how
yeah.
it's distorted. I don't understand it, but
Well, I mean, talking about just getting back to Jesus and his love philosophy, he stated, love your enemies,
I know.
which that is so radical,
Un-American.
mind-blowing, well, unhuman. I mean, there's not...
I don't know if that's unhuman. I think there's probably been cultures, they probably got overtaken by other
Yeah.
warmongers, but, I think in the beginning, there was
Well, there've been
cultures that were
moments.
peaceful and
Well, the
loving.
Vietnamese have really displayed that immense amount of forgiveness towards Americans. Now, I mean, we could go to Vietnam now and just there's not a ton of animosity, which is amazing considering what the war machine actually did to the Vietnamese people.
Yeah, totally.
It's interesting too because the way the war got started, the vibe was, the media vibe was, we need to stop communism, otherwise it's going to spread and all this stuff. And anyway, so we went in there and we just destroyed a bunch of people and a bunch of stuff and then
Spent a lot of money.
Yeah, and now 40 years later, I mean, what happened? Not what we said. I mean, we lost the war, so you would think that country would be just in ruins right now, but it's not. It's,
Yeah.
But basically, the people there have really displayed an immense amount of ability to forgive.
Yeah.
Which is really incredible.
It's a blessing because
Yeah.
that could just continue.
I think just like the teachers of that area, the Thich Nhat Hanhs, have really just made such a profound impact on the zeitgeist of Vietnamese people.
He's such an amazing being.
Oh, yeah. What a great teacher.
He left such a legacy of love and forgiveness and understanding.
And he was another one who was very Jesus-like, where he
totally
refused, when he was in Vietnam and the American jets were blowing stuff up and killing people right around him, he still refused to condemn the American soldiers.
Mm.
He was like, no, they're just confused.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah, and he
Truly.
actually, the government of Vietnam ended up kicking him out of the country because he took this, it was a radical love philosophy. It was the same thing Jesus was talking about, and he embodied it. And but now it seems to have spread, you know?
Yeah. And I think it's the time of our universe. We're at this place, this stage in our evolution of humanity that the time is now. The planets say go. It's time to evolve our ability to transmute, to find our teachers, to find the wisdom we're looking for.
Yeah.
We have this deep innate desire to heal from all the epigenetic traumas passed down.
Yeah.
And I think the time is now, and it's pretty amazing how we can fill our minds with positive things. You know, I can go on YouTube and I can listen to endless teachers helping me be present, helping me understand the stars, helping me understand the past and how we can learn from the past and not be like Atlantis and sink to the ocean or whatever. You know, I can fill my mind with these positive people. I can also fill my mind with divisive media. But the interesting thing I think there is, you know, back in the 80s, all you had to watch was the media and TGIF, you know, like I definitely didn't have cable. So you had what was on those stations on your TV.
Absolutely.
Now you have the choice to turn that stuff off and listen to something uplifting and inspiring.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
For sure. It is. It's a new ball game, and ultimately it's going to potentially help humanity quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to come back to what you were talking about earlier about this unplugging from the lower collective mind.
Yeah.
And I had this image of actually withdrawing the strings back to the self and kind of becoming independent or I don't know, the vision I'm having is like you're kind of sucking in the tentacles and reintegrating with the self and choosing to go up an elevator and then let your energy go out again. Is that
interesting?
Kind of what you're talking about?
I would say, yeah. I mean, to me, it sounds like freedom. You know, we're kind of enslaved by, if our minds are, you know, working against our happiness, or if our minds are just obedient to unproductive sources of information, then we're enslaved.
Yeah.
And you're saying, pull the tentacles back in, find your sovereignty. This is where sovereignty begins.
Yeah.
Then ride the elevator up and then put the tentacles back out and see what we can create.
Yeah. It's an interesting image.
Yeah, it is.
Lots of images today. But yeah, I and then you went into talking about neutralization. So I'm really kind of curious how that ties into this idea of the unplugging, withdrawing, finding sovereignty, and then reconnecting.
Well, let's say you unplug, withdraw, and then take the elevator up a little bit and reconnect. At that point, neutralization is the ability to stay up there in that elevated mind state.
Okay.
Because I can be in an elevated mind state and I can just sink right back down into that lower mind collective.
I've done that.
Yeah. I mean,
lots.
But neutralization is having the skill to stay in that elevated mind state for longer periods of time. And I would say I'm pretty good at getting in that elevated mind state, but I'm not so good at neutralization because I can get sucked back down. Boom, you know. And
So are you saying that neutralization is pretty much not letting your ego be too excited that you transmuted? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying neutralization, for me at least, is, yeah, there probably is an ego component, but just if I'm in an elevated mind state, like not sitting there not opening up Facebook and looking at it for an hour. Because that just brings me right back to the lower mind collective, essentially. If I'm not moderate with whatever. I mean, you can look at like media as a substance. Or you can look at substances as substances, you know? And if I overdo coffee, same thing. I mean, the idea is if I'm able to be moderate with my consumption of media, of social media, of substances, then I'm in control of the substance. But if I'm not in control, if the substance is control of me, or is in control of me, then I just naturally sink to elevated mind state because I've lost my sovereignty again.
To the lower mind state.
Yeah. I mean, so a component, and this is really interesting for me to look at it this way, of being in that elevated mind state is just freedom. If my mind is free, then it's easier for me to be in that elevated mind collective.
So what I'm hearing is that neutralization is more about being disciplined.
Discipline is a definite component to it. Absolutely. Well, discipline is a big component of transmutation too. Okay. It's being able to get out of that lower.
To notice. I see that as metacognition.
Metacognition is the noticing of where your mind is at. Meta-awareness, noticing where your vibration is at. But then you can notice it till the cows come home if you don't have the skill. You know what I mean? But it is the first step in being able to transmutate, is noticing, I'm in that lower mind collective again. Okay, now what do I do? And for me, a super effective technique at transmutation is just the power breathing. I'll just click on a Wim Hof video and go, and just do this kind of intense breathwork practice, and after 15, 20 minutes, it just brings me to that elevated state.
So are you telling me that when you do that, I should know that you were in the lower
No,
mind
absolutely
state?
not, because I could be in the elevated mind state and
just decide to do it.
Yeah, as a way of getting even higher in that elevated mind state.
Okay, or neutralization.
Yeah, that's neutralization.
Yeah, that word is weird to me because in my mind, I think neutralization is like I'm seeing the chemistry strip.
Yeah.
And the pH is neutral.
Yeah.
It's not acid or base.
Yeah.
Or alkaline. That's what it is. Acid or alkaline. So I see neutral or neutrality as being able to perceive the good and the bad and not partake.
Yeah.
So I'm having a little bit like the idea of this Hermetics neutralization it's just kind of, I'm not grasping it.
Yeah, it's just a technique at keeping your mind in an elevated state of consciousness.
Okay.
You know, and we could come up with a different word for it too.
Yeah.
Stabilization.
I like that. See, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, okay, stabilization.
Yeah.
I like that.
And it's basically stabilizing the mind in that place of freedom, again, of sovereignty.
But it's sovereignty, but it's connected.
Well, yeah, it's sovereignty in the sense that we're in charge of our own thoughts, but it's connected to ultimately the higher source. You know, instead of being connected to, let's say, the media or the government propaganda or whatever, you know, because we could be totally connected with that too, but then we're not free because essentially it enslaves our minds and just creates like this depression and anxiety. But if we can notice that and transmutate, do our power breathing or whatever, boom, you know, be moderate with our media consumption, stay in charge of it rather than it being in charge of us, boom, we're in that place of sovereignty. boom, we're in the elevated mind state then. And we can stabilize. We can apply stabilization there
I like it.
to stay there. And there's an upper and a lower mind collective, true, but even that upper collective, it's a continuum.
Right.
And I can just be barely in that upper collective and then apply the stabilization skills and go a little higher. And I don't even know where the ceiling is. That's probably a state of awakening or enlightenment. Which,
I can imagine.
That's the upper end of the elevated mind continuum.
I had someone this week ask me if enlightened people know they're enlightened. And we had a fun discussion about that afterwards. And that just came up when you're talking about this, because I think that people who are in the spectrum of enlightenment or that super, super high elevated state, I don't think they care if they're enlightened. Like, it's not like, I don't think there's much of a, woohoo, I'm enlightened now. I think it's more of just this overwhelming peace where it doesn't even matter. That's what the image that I get in my mind is that it's not something to exclaim, because the peace is so blissful that it's almost like not wanting to sneeze because you don't want everything to blow away or something. You just want to absorb this bliss as long as possible or something.
Yeah, in another way of seeing it is just like the state of enlightenment is the state. I would imagine people who are enlightened spend a lot of their time in just a transcendental state of awareness, which is beyond the intellect anyway.
Right.
So that's why we're not like, oh, I'm enlightened, because that's just this concept.
Yeah.
This intellectual concept that we can look at. It points to the direction of where I'd like to go.
Yeah.
Eventually, but once you're there, you're beyond concepts. So you're just there, and who knows?
We'll have to find someone enlightened and ask them.
There's probably different a continuum of levels of enlightenment too. Yeah. On the,
I think especially for humans, it's easy to touch that enlightenment and be like, oh my gosh, I touched it. But even just the idea of feeling like you touched it brings you back down, Maybe because you're talking about the conception. But I do want to bring it back to this month of love and how we can work on that as individuals and as beings of the human populace, and if we could share a few, we have shared quite a lot of perspectives on how to be in that loving state. But what is your favorite skill that I think you were talking about power breathing. Is that the one, or is there a different one?
Well, I do love power breathing, but my go-to skill when I want to transmutate lower vibes or want to stabilize in the elevated mind state is simply just optimal breathing, and along with dropping a few thank yous into my subconscious mind. And the way I optimally breathe is I breathe a little deeper than I usually do when I feel my ribs expanding as I'm breathing in. And then as I'm exhaling, I'm just lengthening my exhale. So I'm using my lungs optimally. And in doing so, chemically speaking, I'm getting more oxygen to my brain. I'm getting, it builds my prana, I'm sure.
And emptying out carbon dioxide.
And it empties the chattering mind. I've noticed, because I have to stay focused on this optimal breathing. So I'm focused on this task of optimal breathing. Then I'm exhaling, and as I'm lengthening my exhale, I'll just, in my mind, say a few thank yous, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to me, that's my go-to practice. I mean, the power breathing is a great way for me to get into that elevated state, but that's not something I can use all day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I need to be like in a safe space, sitting or laying down, and it's like this training period. But the optimal breathing is something I can use while I'm walking through the co-op or
Yeah, totally.
or just dealing with whatever. So I love that. What's your favorite practice?
My favorite's similar. I mean, our little, it's not a debate. I wouldn't even say it's a debate, but optimal breathing and Qigong breathing are two breath focuses that are so similar. There's just a slight difference at the end. And so Qigong breathing, I feel like there's a little more of intention of imagining Qi. And Qigong breathing is simply focusing at the navel, imagining this ball of Qi spinning up the right, down the left. And as you inhale, you draw the navel in slightly, expand the ribs fully. And as you exhale, you relax the navel. And there's a sense of relaxing the abdomen, but not letting it just hang fully out. So there's still a little bit of navel support in the muscular system, but it's relaxed. So the idea is that as you're inhaling and you're drawing the navel back, in my mind, I try to say Om. And as I exhale and relax the navel, I'm saying Moi. And this is from Master Chunyi Lynn and Spring Forest Qigong. That's his way of teaching the Qigong breathing. And then on top of that, so you've got the breath, you've got the navel focus, you've got the Qi focus, and you've got the mantra focus. And you're imagining that all of this Qi is coming to you and filtering through your skin and gathering at the navel.
Yeah.
And then that's adding to this Qi that's spinning, and you're basically refilling your coffers, if you're feeling drained, it's a great way. And then on the exhale, you see this Qi field. So it's like you're strengthening your aura, you're strengthening your pang, you're strengthening this protective energy field around you. So I use it while I'm driving because I have a fear of hitting deer. So I imagine that I'm doing this Qigong breathing and I'm driving and I feel safe and I feel like the deer know that I'm on my way and they feel my presence because I have this Qi field parting the ways in front of me.
Yeah.
And so my anxiety of driving in the evening has gone way down since I started Qigong breathing.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, another aspect of driving and practicing that is, for myself, just the more I'm practicing like the optimal breathing or the Qigong breathing, it's just my state of awareness is heightened. So I'm much more apt to see the deer on the side of the road. If my mind is like wandering all over the place while I'm driving, I'm not as able to notice something before it even happens. And that's the interesting thing about driving is our minds can be totally in some another world.
Oh yeah, totally.
Thinking about whatever, and the subconscious mind is actually driving the car.
Yeah, right.
Which is really important for us to realize. It shows the importance of working with our subconscious. Because we can make all these resolutions in our conscious mind. Well, I'm going to change this. But if we're unable to get into that subconscious to really create changes, then our behavior won't change, actually. So just
work with the breath, work with the mindset.
Yeah.
And we've gotta go so this can get on WDRT. And
yes, thank you.
Yeah, so many thanks to everyone out there. We love you. We're grateful for you. We hope that your life is improved by being a part of our vibration and our message. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next month.
Peace and love.
So I just want to put a plug out there and thank you for listening to the show. We've been doing this for 7 years, so this is pretty amazing.
It is.
And please check out our website, www.theheartmindcenter.org, to find out events that we're holding in the near future. We do satsangs monthly. We have Tai Chi class weekly. We do Qigong at the Tai Chi.
Recovery class weekly.
Yep, in lacrosse.
Yep.
And we do events as well. We're doing a 3-hour workshop in lacrosse. And we've got a whole lot of ideas and collaborations going on right now. So please keep your eye on theheartmindcenter.org. Join our newsletter so you get monthly updates on the events coming up. And I also just want to put a little shout out there for myself. I'm dealing with some medical issues, and I have started a fundraiser. And it's been interesting to ask for help. And so I'm asking for help so I can get some oral surgeries done to stabilize my teeth, because there's several that are loose and I have a periodontal disease, mainly because of my stress level that I'm working on daily. So if you want to help out with that, you can go to my Facebook page, J space Lynn, Jai space Lynn, and you'll find me. Or you could go to my personal YouTube channel, Farming Yogini, and find the updates there. So I thank you for listening, and thank you for if you can help, awesome. I have perks on there. You can sign up for astrology readings. You can sign up for mindful life coaching, or you can just donate. And if that's not a possibility for you right now, and you know a friend that might want an astrology reading or some mindful life coaching, please share with them. You never know whose mind you will save by letting them know I exist. Many thanks and much love. Talk to you next month.